There. I decided to start here just to give a very quick freshen up.
Okay.
Yes, transitive and intransitive phrase verbs. Remember, when it's a transitive verb, transitive.
Needs an object.
Yes, we need an object.
Yes.
When it's an intransitive, we can't have a direct object, right?
Okay.
Yeah, this is all news, right? This is boring. Now our cat caught a mouse. We have a direct object. This is a transitive verb. Yes, transitive verb. This is the little, oh my goodness, poor little mouse.
I know. I know.
And we also have the boss saw her in town. Saw her, direct object. This is a transitive verb. What about this one? I waited for you, but you never came. We have two verbs. We have the verb I waited and came. Are they transitive or intransitive?
Intransitive.
We have no direct object, right?
No direct object.
Only an indirect object.
Yes.
That's an indirect object. So we have two intransitive verbs. I drive a car. This is a
Intransitive.
Transitive.
transitive. Yes, we have a direct object.
Yes. Okay.
Uh-huh. I drive a car. I drive. This is the verb drive. And this needs an object. A car. So this is transitive. And the car runs. This is the verb.
Intransitive.
Intransitive. Yes, there you go. In phrasal verbs, what do transitive and intransitive mean? Transitive, it has a direct object. Intransitive, it has no direct object. Give back, break down, look up. So give back, for give back.
I know.
We need an object. So it's transitive. Break down. The car breaks down. It has no object, but I break down the car. That has an object. And look up. After a horrible year last year, things are starting to look up. Finished is intransitive, no object. Here. Oh my goodness. I give back the money I borrowed. Give back. This is a phrasal verb. And what is this?
That is an object.
Object.
That's an object. So the verb is
Transitive.
transitive. Yes, transitive. Her car broke down. This is the verb. Broke down.
No.
And
Intransitive.
intransitive. Intransitive. Transitive, the phrasal verb, has an object. I find out the word. You turn on the TV. He clears up the room. We have an object. But with intransitive, no object. The plane takes off. I go out and the game is over. Mister, are you having a second device?
I'm gonna change my
Yes,
Self.
Mister, go ahead.
to a
Yeah.
computer.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Transitive phrasal verbs. We have put off the meeting until next week. Put off. Phrasal verb means postpone. You postpone something. That something is an object.
'Recording in progress. 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 'Record
We have put off the meeting until next week. Or we have put off the meeting. So we either put it together, put off the meeting, or this is like this,
Yeah.
put off the meeting, or you can say put the meeting off.
Yeah. Mhm. Oh,
Yes, and these are separable phrasal verbs. You separate them. You separate the phrasal verb. Put off is separated by the object. And transitive, intransitive. I hope that he shows up on time. Show up is arrive
sure.
or attend the date or attend the class or attend the conference or the meeting. Intransitive verbs cannot have a direct object. You cannot arrive something, an object. So shows up is intransitive. And because it has no object, is inseparable.
Mm,
Inseparable. We cannot separate it. There is no object. Intransitive phrasal verbs cannot be separated, and some transitive phrasal verbs, some transitive cannot be separated. Shows up cannot be separated. This is the complete slide. And these are some separable phrasal verbs. For example, give out. Give out means distribute. And the example is our boss gave out awards at the meeting. What if we separate them? How would it sound?
Our boss gave the meeting.
Gay awards.
Yes,
Awards.
gave
Gave
awards
awards
out
the meeting.
at the meeting. Out at the
The
meeting.
meeting.
No?
Okay.
Yes, the phrasal verb is separated by the object. Okay. The next one is hand over. What is hand over? To give something to someone else. So this is the example. He handed over control of the company. So if we separated this, how would it be?
He handed control over.
Control of the company.
Company.
Control over of the company.
Control over.
And separated would be he handed control of the company
Control
over.
of.
Next, half over
Over. Have someone.
is
I
I should have you over for dinner soon. Now this one, have you over. You cannot do it together. Have over you doesn't work. This one is always separated. I don't remember how to give the example. Anyways, you in this occasion with this phrasal verb, have friends over. What is the object?
friends.
The object is friends. In this type of sentence, we can't put the phrasal verb together. I have
Have over friends.
friends. This is not very common. And it's the same with this one. I should have you over for dinner soon. I should have over you for dinner soon. That is actually a mistake. That doesn't work. So this phrasal verb, have over, needs to be separated by the object.
By someone?
By the object, yes. I should have my mother over for dinner. I should have my English teacher over for breakfast, etc. And have over, leave out. We left out an important detail. What is leave out? Not include. Either intentional or not intentional. So we left out an important detail, or we left an important detail out. Let down. Please don't let me down this time. Once again, these cannot be together in a sentence with an object. So if you have an object, the object needs to be in the middle. Just as with have over. Yes, the object needs to be in the middle. The next one is pass out. The teacher passed out the test. There is another one. Passed out. Very similar, but it's different in meaning. Passed is when you give with your hand to someone, and that someone gives it to another person, and that person gives it to another person. You pass down the document, the flyer, the test. But pass out is to faint.
What is
Yes.
faint?
Faint. When you sleep, when you don't want to. Like when you hit your head
Oh, yeah, okay.
and you are knocked out, that's to faint.
Mm.
And what else? Payback. Yeah, this is payback. Can you pay me back tomorrow? Is return the money. Again, we need the object in the middle. Pay me back, pay you back, pay my brother back, pay the teacher back, etc. Play down. Let's play down our mistake. Make something seem less important. Play it down. Or play it up. It's the opposite. Make something seem more important. Put off, postpone, rule out. Rule out, no longer considered as a possibility. Rule out means when you go by, oh my goodness, how do you pronounce, how do you say this? When you have, for example, 3 alternatives.
Choices?
Option.
3, yeah, when you have different choices.
Dilemma?
Nope. No, wait. You have a question, okay? Question A. So what is it? What is the answer?
Multiple choice?
Multiple choice, yes, you have multiple choice. Okay, rule out is when you start deducting and you're saying, okay, 4 is definitely wrong because I have this point and I have this information and I have this conclusion. So 4 is not an option.
Exclude?
2, exclude, yes. 2 is not good because I have this and because it says that. So that's rule out. when you no longer consider as a possibility.
Eliminate.
Yes, process of elimination. Sorry, I couldn't remember. So ruling out is when you use the process of elimination. Yes?
Yes.
And the next one, shut off. Stop the operation of a machine or a system, or to close a faucet. Shut off. Shut the engine off. That means turn off the machine. Okay.
Like an interruption.
No, yeah, like an interrupter. Yes.
Okay.
And we have more separable. Back up. Back up. Cause to move backward. So that means
Teacher, may I go back to the last one? Shut off.
yeah.
Just
Shut off.
need to say an anecdote of to my boss in New Jersey when I was working at the office,
Yeah.
and he make a big mistake in the computer. He always say, instead to say the bad word, he say always shoot
Yeah, that's shoot. Yeah, I know.
instead to say the other one.
The other one. Okay, mister. Thank you. I know there are many of those.
Right.
And we also have backup. Backup is when you go in reverse. I remember it. Yeah, and you can see it again over here. So the same phrasal verb has two different meanings. One of them means to move in reverse. And the other one means support. Bring on. Make something happen. Start something. Begin something. Bring up. Remember. Mention. Talk about. Call off is cancel. Call up is call someone. Call someone up. Calm down. Yes. Cheer up. Cut out. Draw up. This draw up, it has nothing to do with the verb draw. Draw up means prepare.
Like a draft.
Nope. A written document is not a, a draft. A draft, sure.
Yes.
Because draft is also a sketch, a
Yes.
draw. So yes, a draft in a document, yes. Draw up is prepare a document or invent a new idea. Fix up is repair. Give back is return. Next. Back out of. Now look at this. Now we have three words. Back out of. Fail to keep a promise, withdraw from. So back out of is when you want to cancel your own promise. Come across something similar to run into. Run into. Come down with. Come down with is getting sick. Face up to. Accept a difficult situation. Get around. Evade or avoid, it has a different meaning. Get around is the direct meaning, the direct straight meaning is evade. But the
Oye,
idiom,
Gil,
get around, means do it. It means the opposite of avoid. I know.
Absolutely. The opposite.
The opposite of avoid. Okay. Get in. Enter. Go over. Review. Hang around. Hang around is to stay in a place. Not really without a specific purpose. Not really. That's more like hang around to stay in a place for pleasure, for fun. Okay. To burn
Like
some
hang
time.
out?
Yeah, that's where it comes from. Hanging out. Hang around.
And for the idiom, is it just get around or get around to? Or get around to it?
Get around to it, yes. Get around to doing my homework. Get around to buying some groceries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, hear of. Hear of is to learn about, to find out something. Keep up with, maintain the pace of. Yes, keep up with. To go at the same speed as the others. To move as fast.
Keep up with the class.
Yes. Look after, take care of. Look forward to, anticipation, desire, expectancy. Next. Look up to, admire someone, make up for. Oh, we see that. Yes, yes, we saw this yesterday, right?
yes.
Put up with, run against, to compete. See about, deal with something, settle on, decide, stand for, represent, stand up for, to defend. Yes, it's the same. Stand up for is to defend someone. Stand up to is to defend yourself against someone. Yes. For is when you defend someone or something. Stand up to is defend yourself against something. Stick to, persist. And the last one we have take after. This is for appearances. Resemble. When you look like your father or your mother or your grandfather or your uncle. Take after, resemblance. So we have intransitive phrasal verbs have no object. So we have the examples: come in, come up, get back, show up, work out. Hold on a second. Remember, if you get back late, come in quietly. So we have the phrasal verb get back, and we have the phrasal verb come in. Do we have an object?
No.
No object. This is an adjective. This is an adverb. No object, so we have intransitive. Some transitive phrasal verbs are separable. Clean up, give back, give up, put off, turn on or off, and wake up. Turn off the TV, or turn the TV off, or turn it off. When you have the pronoun with turn off, we can't put it at the end. Turn off it is incorrect. Some transitive phrasal verbs have a fixed word order. What does this mean? a fixed word order,
They don't
inseparable.
change.
They don't separate. They are always together. Get through, get over, go over something, have something over. In this case, this one is always separated, always. You'll get over the problem. Get over, always together. I often have friends over, always separated. Some phrasal verbs also take a preposition. Come up with. Look forward to. Put up with. Run out of. Many prepositions. So if you run out of patience, come up with some rules. Run out of patience. What is patience?
What we cannot have.
An object. If it's an object, is
Transitive.
transitive. Is a transitive verb. Come up with some rules. What is some rules?
Preposition. Oh, no.
Objects.
An object.
So come up with this.
Transitive.
Transitive.
Transitive, okay. Phrasal verbs with up. Add up, call up, clean up, cut up, fill up, get up, give back. I'm sorry, give up. Grow up, hang up, hurry up, make up, show up. Oh my goodness.
Let me take a picture.
All right, let me comb my hair. Next.
It's a picture from the
No,
Phrasal
no,
verb.
no, no.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's a picture from the phrasal verbs.
You told us that, I'm sorry, can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
You told us that all these phrasal verbs lists, we do not have it. We do not have them in the platform.
I said that you don't have this slide. This slide is not in the platform.
Okay.
But have you seen the platform?
No, never.
No.
No,
Oh my
never.
goodness.
No, I'm sorry.
You are very honest.
No,
I know.
no, I had a mistake in my answer. I have been in the platform, but I
Yes, I'm
thought that they
joking.
asked about the skate. I mean, these cards.
I know.
I say about these cards.
Okay, next.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. My classmate was late. He finally
Show
So,
up at 10 o'clock.
showed up at 10 o'clock.
Let's.
So showed up. Where is it? Where is showed up? It's right here. So we cancel this one. It's taken. Number 2. Let's
Let's make a sign.
make
Put
a
up.
Get up.
Cut up.
Put
Drop.
up.
Yes,
Put
correct.
up.
Cut up.
cut up.
Cut up.
Cut up.
Cut up. So this is taken. All right, continue guys with your opinions.
My little brother likes to studies about space and likes to
Makeup.
make up. He said that we wrote.
Make
You,
up.
We write it or something like that. You understand?
You should clean up.
You should
Make type.
clean up your
Clean
room.
up. The fourth one.
To
I
show.
try to.
Okay. And that one is the make up.
Yes, I
Okay.
say this is correct.
Or clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah, clean up.
Okay. The one is doing that.
Try to
Add up.
Add up. Mhm.
Okay,
Add up.
I try to.
Wake up.
First, but I made a mistake.
Get up.
To get late, so it was difficult to
It's difficult to get up early.
get up.
Get up.
Get
Get
up.
up.
Get up.
Get up.
Get up. Tommy wants to be an astronaut when he
Grew up.
Grew up.
grow up.
Grow up.
Grow
Grows up.
out.
Grows up.
Grows up.
Grows up.
Yep.
Is third person. We should.
Fill up.
Fill up.
Fill up. Fill up.
The car was filled up.
Try to call up. No, try to.
Right.
Hurry up.
You're talking too much.
Call up.
Hurry
A
up.
lot.
Hurry up.
Try to hurry up. Eduardo, you're talking too much. No,
Hurry up.
Mhm.
Fill up.
Hurry.
Yes.
Hurry up.
Hurry up.
Please.
Mhm. Please, the phone when you finish your
Hang up.
hang
Go up.
up.
Mm.
Hang up.
Fill up.
No, hang up.
Hang
Hang
up.
up.
Hang up.
I tried to, my friend.
Call up.
Call up. And
Call
Sandy
up.
Give up.
You won the race.
he didn't
Give up.
give up.
Give up. Yay.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
My little brother likes to make up stories. Very nice. You should clean up or make up.
Clean up.
Anna, clean up.
Clean up.
Clean up.
I try to add up the numbers. Yes, very nice. I went to bed late, so it was difficult to
Get up.
get up.
Yeah.
We want to be an astronaut when he grows up. We should fill up the car with gas. Yes. Try to hurry up. Yeah. Please hang up the phone. All of my friends, I'm getting perfect. Very good. That was easy.
Yes.
Yes.
In team. Working teams, yes.
Right ahead. Let's continue. One more time.
Why you
Take off.
When you
Take off.
take off.
Why don't
Off.
you
Mhm.
sit and relax? Take up.
don't?
Break up.
Break up.
I think going to
Take off. Take off.
Make up.
Take after.
Up. Good. Over.
take off. Break up. Put off. Put off. Put off.
Put off our jobs. Would you please turn
Turn down.
volume? You want us to come
Us.
up with?
Yes.
Come up with? Mhm.
Yes.
Very good idea. Let's take the Christmas decoration. Let's take out.
Come down with. If she wants to come. Come up. And come down.
Let's check up the Christmas decorations.
Let's
Take.
I don't know. Take out? No.
take out.
I don't know. I said
Take off. Take off the Christmas decorations off.
Let's check up, no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
take
say
up.
that. Take off.
But why the excitement?
Yes, take.
Usually
Take
you're
out.
excited when you're getting them
They-
out.
take off is remove, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
So I think it should be like take out.
you pee.
let's take off the
I agree
Christmas
with you.
decoration.
Take out.
Depends,
No, take off.
depends on the situation. It
You're-
could be
Yes, you can take out.
If you are on December,
Just
Uh-huh.
because it's
or if
because
you
of the
are,
excitement.
This is for the
January.
end.
Nobody's exciting to clean up.
Are you agree that this is for the end of the Christmas?
I think it's for the beginning because
That's
No.
why I
because
said
of the
take out.
exclamation. Yes. So I
Yeah.
think it's excited about it. So the only time you're excited about it is
Ah,
when you're
yes.
putting it
The,
up.
the admiration could
It's
be
possible.
I don't know.
could be both.
Okay. You get
Take
out.
off.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
it could
goodness,
be
what
both.
happened?
Huh?
Ah.
Somebody raised.
Oh,
What happened?
What, teacher?
I
I didn't
erase.
do it.
Sorry.
I spent a lot of
No,
time
you
to
did
do
it.
it.
So you fix now, teacher.
Sorry.
You can redo it. You can redo it, Elu.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Lapsus
So-
mensus.
no.
Break up. Yes. You can also say break out. You can also say break off. It depends on what it's talking about. For example, break up is when you have one piece and it breaks in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. So something like that.
Mm.
Yes. So that's one piece, break in the middle, break up. Break out is when something is going to break and pop out.
Ah, okay.
Yes, for example, break out when it's like this, and then when it breaks, boom, it breaks out.
The pieces spread in pieces.
Break out,
Split.
it comes out. And break off is when a piece comes off. Yes, when you have, hold on, one piece, and then one piece breaks off. Yeah, okay, hopefully that was enough. All right, what about this one? The teacher wants us to hand.
Break up, break out, and break what?
And out.
What was
Out.
the third one?
Out.
Up, out.
We should get
Get on?
the next.
No. Get,
Get out.
Get out.
And 11, look for.
get. Off.
Get
Yes.
Get off at the next bus stop.
mhm.
Number 11, I'm going to look.
Look for.
Look for. Look for.
Yes. Look for.
The meaning.
Look for.
Nope. Nope.
No.
Look up. Look up.
Ah, yes, look up.
Look up. Number 12.
How
How did they get
In.
in?
Out.
in or
Out.
nope, back?
Off. Hmm.
Yes, in or back. Next, 13. Come over here and check.
Check up.
Check,
Check out.
check out. Number 14. Let's go.
Let's go out.
Out.
Yes, out.
Restaurant.
I can't keep
Keep up.
Up.
and my old shoes are falling.
Down.
Oh.
Oh.
Falling off.
But you have the idea, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's not that far from the context. It's like
The bad
there.
idea, but we have it.
Yes, not a bad idea.
Yes.
You have a good train of thought, okay? All right, next. Open your books. You don't have the book.
No.
So write the words in parentheses in the correct place in the sentences. Number 1. Are you looking to having your own place? Is that correct?
Forward.
Are you looking
need forward.
to,
Yes, you're looking
Look.
forward
to have
to having your own place.
Mhm.
Do you plan to move with anyone?
Do you
Hmm.
plan to
Move
move in with
To move
anyone?
in. In.
There.
to move in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a
Come,
screen capture of this
come up with.
so you can go in sessions and complete this with the classmates.
Okay.
Okay.
Where is the, here it is. Oh, sorry. So let's see. Perfect. All right, guys, I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, and this time I give you a little more time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was at the platform, so
Oh,
I did it yesterday.
did it. Awesome.
Yeah, so
Well-
I remember some of it, but it's good to.
To practice more
Yes.
with classmates and speech. Perfect. All right, guys, thank you. Let's come back. So let's see. I'm gonna put a small arrow where the preposition takes place. For example, number 1, are you looking
Are you looking
forward?
Forward.
forward?
Do you plan to move
In.
in? Let's see if I can make it a little bigger. Yeah, that's better. Move on, move in.
Move in.
Number 2,
Have you
Come,
come
you
up?
come up with
With
come up with
come up with rules for your home. What
Yes.
are they? Number 3, do you always clean any mess right away?
Clean
up.
up
you
your
always
up,
clean
Clean
up.
up.
Clean up. Number 4, what problems come in your home?
Come
Come
up.
up.
come up,
Come up.
Come up.
Do things usually work?
Work out.
Work out.
Things usually work out.
Number 5, has a friend ever shown early or late and woken your family?
Has
Shown
someone
up,
ever shown
waking
up,
up.
waken up?
walking up.
Woken up.
Walking.
Okay.
Waking up.
It's possible to separate walk your family up.
Yes, it's also okay. And if you had a problem with your neighbors, would you put it?
Would you put up
Put up
with?
with.
Up with.
Put up with it. No?
Put up with it? Yes. Or would you have them and go
Over.
things?
Could you have
Go-
them over
Have
and
them
go
over.
things?
And go over things.
Them over
Go over things, yes.
and go over.
Do you borrow things from neighbors if you run them?
Run out of.
Run on
out
the
of.
Run out
Run
of
out.
them?
and get
Do
them
you
back.
give them right away?
Away.
Give them back right away.
Back away.
Give them back right
Back.
away.
Possible to say give back them.
No, in that, not in that one. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to say always give them back or give back the things, you know, with a
Give
full
back.
form. Give back the things. Do you give back the things?
I was thinking about that. Give back things. So them is the object, right?
Yes. When you have them in the pronoun, it has to be in the middle. It can't be at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have it in the full form, you can put them in the middle. Give the things back is correct. It's okay either way. Yes?
Yes.
Teacher, in the
Yes.
number 6, is it possible to write put it up?
Put it up. No,
Putting up.
no, that won't
No.
work. It has to be put up with it.
Yes,
Yeah, put up
because
with it.
it's intransitive.
Put.
It's transitive because it has an object.
Mhm.
Put up,
Okay.
put up with it. Yes, it has an object. Okay, more questions? No, no questions? So what do you think we're gonna do next?
Continue with the class.
The next lesson.
What's the next what's the next step? Come on, somebody. An extra point for whoever guesses what's the next step.
The next step.
Review from all of the topics.
Online party.
Pambazos.
Tutum,
Oh.
tutututututum.
Okay.
Coffee and pambazos, huh?
Coffee and pambazos forever.
That would be. Ask and answer the questions with a classmate.
Okay.
But this time, please, some of you, I would like some of you to stay and not go.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Elu, Laura, and Yutzil, can you please stay?
Okay.
When I send the invitations, everybody is going to receive it. But please, Elu, Laura, and Yutzil do not accept.
Okay.
And everybody except Aristotle, Rocio, Saulo, Vero, please accept the invitation. All right, so let's have 3 minutes for this. Perfect. Ladies, please begin.
Hi, Yutzil. Hi, Elu.
Hi. So should we review or ask or ask?
Ask those questions and you can answer. So the first one say, are you looking forward to having your own place?
Yes.
It's in the group, the picture.
Yes.
Yeah,
in
in the WhatsApp. You can see it.
Let me check it. Check it out.
I will try to pronounce it.
Okay. Are you looking to having your own place?
Yeah.
Are you like
I am not looking for a new place in this moment.
in my case? No, I don't have plans to move out to other place. I'm doing well where I am.
Okay, perfect.
Me too.
Actually, looking for work means that you have the excitement to see or do something. It's the excitement, not to look for.
Yes.
Yes,
Excitement.
perfect. Thank you very much, guys.
Have you come up with any rules for your home? I remember Yutzil, you told me you live with roommates.
No, I don't live. I used to live with roommates, but just we have many rules. One of them it was like respect our own space and time, and don't be so like dirty, like clean up the mess and all the things that that we do, or yeah, we do in our apartment or apartment.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you?
In my case, I always coming up with new rules in my home because we live with adolescents, with teenagers, I mean, so it's necessary.
Yeah, I think. What about Laura?
In my house, we have a lot of rules. For example, I need to clean all the dishes, I forget a word.
Do the dishes.
Do
The dishes. Exactly. Every day.
Do you always clean up any mess right away?
Well, yeah, actually, I do it.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
I don't like to put off the mess because this mess increase and increase if you put off.
Postergate.
Put off, yes, if you put off.
Yes. In my case, it's the same. I like a neat person, like order, like neat person, the person who doesn't like to mess. Yeah. Please.
What problems come up in your home?
Know that anyone in my house want to do anything. They don't want to do anything.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I think that I have the same case. Like we don't, maybe sometimes we don't agree with the things that we have to do, so we get in trouble about that topic. Always.
In my case, we deal with problems related to our business because we have 2 companies and all time we are facing different problems, not just money, the logistic and sales, for example.
That's heavy.
Yes, it is. Has a friend ever show up early or late and woken up your family?
No, in my case, no.
No,
like
me
it.
neither. I don't have friends like those. My friends are very polite and
Yes.
Don't come in inappropriate hours.
yes, show
Yeah.
up. They don't show up suddenly.
Yes. So
If you had a problem with your neighbors, would you put up with it?
put up with it,
Put up with it?
like we fix it, right?
Yes.
Yes, I think, but I don't
No,
usually have.
these phrasal verbs means tolerate. You don't fix it, but you tolerate.
Okay.
Tolerate someone or some.
Some annoying neighbor.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think everybody has a uncomfortable or annoying neighbor, so
Yeah.
it's better to put up with them instead of fight or argue.
All the time, like argue all the time with them. In my case, I think that it's a quiet neighborhood, so I don't have so many problems about that.
Me neither. I meet my neighbors, but are quiet. They don't disturb me.
I don't know, how do you say fraccionamiento? I live in a place like a condo.
Yeah,
But
it's better. It's
condo,
better because
living in a condo, no, it's no better.
it's well because the security.
No,
Every person pass.
no, because you don't control the access. Imagine we are 58 houses, so you don't control the access. It's very unsecure.
It's a problem. In my case, I live in a zone that they are few houses, so my neighbors are relaxed. Nobody cares about the others.
You are lucky.
I live like kind of a loop, but in a condo, but it's not too big, so it's in control everything. So.
Yes, when the condo is small, it's easier to control it. But in my case, it's hard.
Yeah, I think so. So
Do you borrow things from neighbors if you run out of them? I don't understand the question. Do you borrow things?
The phrasal verb run off it.
Run out of.
I understand the phrasal verb, but I understand the question.
What is run out of?
When
Yeah.
you
No longer
Yes, when-
considered a possibility. Oh no, rule out. Sorry.
No,
Run
what-
out. Yeah,
How-
explain me. What is run out?
What does it mean, run off?
when extinguish or finish the tolerance of something.
Like when you don't have tolerance about
Yes, exactly.
something. Okay. Like, so let me back to the question.
It's like you steal things for them.
Yeah, like if you don't give it back, give them back,
Mhm.
I
give the
think
things back.
I never do
if-
that. I
Yeah.
never do that.
If it's that means the questions, yeah, I don't do that.
Run
don't know.
out of.
So do you give that? Do you give them back right away?
It's better.
It's
Yeah.
better if you
Of
return
course.
the things that don't belong to you.
Yeah. But some people don't understand that. Doesn't understand.
Yeah, the people doesn't have values in this time.
Yeah. So we're
Okay.
done.
Yes.
We are done.
Yes, we are.
So, girls, when will you take the real exam? The next week?
The
Some
real
of you?
exam.
When will you take it?
You have to schedule it. Me,
If there is a date on December, I prefer to take it in December, but I don't know.
yeah, I'm not sure about my date. What about you, Laura?
I'm not pretty sure because there are a lot of topics that we don't review in this course and you need to review by yourself. So, because there are a lot of questions, 300 questions. Well, that is my point. My personal point.
Yes, Laura, yes. Hi, guys. I gave you plenty of time, didn't I?
Yes, thank you very
I
much.
let you finish.
We talk a lot of.
Yeah, you talked a lot freely. That's nice. That's good. Perfect.
It's the
You
first
know-
activity that I finished, completely finished.
I know. That's, well, anyways, I thought I wanted to see what happened. So I think it was a good outcome. All right. Any questions, guys?
No.
No, teacher.
No, let's continue. Shall we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So, and agree on the 6 best house rules to have. Use a phrasal verb in each rule. So right now, there are 9 of you. So can you please come up with at least one house rule and use a phrasal verb? And if you can make 2, please make 2.
Or
To
3.
have- What?
Or 3.
Or 3 or 4 or 5. Would you like to see? Would you like an example?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So Laura, can you please read this?
How about if you want to listen to music at 3 a.m., please turn it down so you don't wake me up.
There, is that a good example?
Yes.
Yes. Now, this is an example, okay? Because in my case, I like music at 3 a.m. But that's me. It's all right. Go ahead, guys.
You
Think
are an unusual person.
unusual.
Unusual.
Unusual. Unusual.
Unusual.
Yeah, but
Unusual.
but-
Yes. Guys,
but
please go ahead. Work on your rule. Please give me a minute. I'll be right back. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Ay, el de los camotes. Espérenme.
Don't say that.
Espérenme.
I think hello.
Okay, no. Invite us.
Important priorities.
De los camos.
The houses are alive. And when at the beginning of the pandemic, maybe everything or everybody are so worried about the noise and their lives, the daily lives. And now I think that anybody knows that houses are alive, are really alive, and it's alive. No?
Sorry, I forgot to mute my mic.
Teacher told us that he wants to listen music at 3 a.m.
Yes.
Isn't it? But
Yes.
loudly, what is going on with the neighbors? What you will do if you were his neighbor?
Depends on the volume.
Yeah.
And what kind of music? Maybe it's rock, metal? Can you imagine
Yes.
if it's metal?
Or band.
Yeah. But if you want headphones,
Reggaeton.
no problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
just kidding.
I'm back, guys. If you
Teacher,
have any questions, yes, mister.
we are talking about what kind of music do you like to listen at 3 a.m. and loudly with your neighbors?
Look. Last year, it was December 12th. Can you please tell me what's the celebration on December 12th?
Yes.
The Virgin's Day.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the first night in my life that I had 3 mini loud concerts in all directions around my house.
Yeah.
I had an extreme loud mini concert over here and another one over here and another one in the back.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
it was the first night in my life I was not able to sleep on a December 12th.
Wow.
Every other night in my life, no problem. I sleep comfortably. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean that it doesn't wake me up.
Yeah.
Usually.
You should join the party.
Sometimes I think about that.
You
Sometimes I
dance in
think, I
your
should
bed.
go there. But anyways,
You are dancing
but
in
it
your bed.
was very loud and they were like competing against each other. They were adding speakers, they were adding amplifiers, they were raising the volume in all sides, and it was everything in my apartment was shaking, and I was trying to sleep. I couldn't.
Good
I couldn't.
music at least.
Oh, I couldn't even hear myself.
Oh.
So that was the first night, but because of that. I mean, any other night, I hear the concerts all around the city. It doesn't bother me. My wife likes to listen to music. She never stays up late listening to music. But rarely she will stay up late watching a show. I fall asleep right out. Yeah.
Acapulco is a never sleep city.
Yes.
I know. Yes, and it is. Actually, it is. Guys.
When I went for the first time to Acapulco, we was so happy for the supermarkets 24 hours.
I know you were right.
Yes.
Yes, you were. You were happy that they are open. Actually, they close at
Yes.
8 p.m. Yeah, but they open immediately the day after, so they are available.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, mister?
I remember one time, and I were happy as well. I was happy as well because no police. You can pass through the stops, the light.
Yes.
I remember, I don't know why, but it was like a huelga. I have no idea how to say it.
Strike.
Strike of police.
Strike.
Yeah, strike.
Okay.
Do you
I know
remember?
it's actually it happens a lot of times. Do you mean like 3 years ago when
Yeah.
when Evodio finished his term and what's her name? the new president came in. I'm not sure, but 3 years ago, yes.
Yeah, it's
But
like
that was not the only one. There has been more occasions.
okay.
And guys, we are almost out of time. Are there any ideas for rules? I know.
Yes.
If you make a mess, please clean it up.
No, yes, I put it over.
Anybody else? Any other thing?
Yeah, could be every 3 days, take out the trash.
You're kind every 3 days, but yes, take out the trash.
I will try to say someone, it's very weird, but I don't care if you take me wrong. I don't like to sit when I go to the bathroom and into the clothes, even if I just make a pee, because I really hate when people, when guys, when the men spread out liquid. Absolutely disgusting. That's why I ever sit when I want to go to the bathroom. How can I explain with phrasal verb these actions? I really become angry with the man.
Okay, maybe when using the toilet, please put the seat up.
Okay.
I used to sit up.
Not the seat, I'm sorry. It would be the lid up. No, I'm sorry. It's the seat.
No, but I talk about that I don't like to step when I like to sit in the
toilet.
In the toilet.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I can't do it because if a public one,
Yes.
I don't like, because I prefer to go to the women because them are clean.
They are cleaner.
Yeah, they are cleaner, and I, with a very lot confidence, can sit over.
You shouldn't. In a public?
No, of course not. No, it's immoral. Of course. When using the restroom, did the sit up.
Sit up when
Is that better, mister?
Out of.
When
Out
using the
of.
restroom,
Front
sit
of.
up.
the sit up.
Well, it's one.
Yeah.
But that's in a public restroom, because in your own restroom, the ladies want the lid down. Remember that, mister. Right, ladies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the lady say will tell the man when using the restroom, please put the lid down.
Yes.
Yeah, it works.
And if there's any leak, just clean it.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Rest of the details, then
Yeah,
we
to
probably don't
be-
need to know.
It's
No,
a
we don't.
priority rule for your house, in your home.
Yes, yes. All right, guys. We are finished. Are there any other opinions?
I write, if you want to see the TV, when you bring to an end, please turn the TV off.
Turn the TV off, yes. But bring to an end is not when you are watching TV.
Oh.
Bring to an end is when you are, for example, doing a presentation like I am giving you guys a presentation. So I can bring the presentation to an end. Yes,
Okay.
or if you're giving a speech, if you are giving a speech to a group of people, you can bring the speech to an end, but not the TV. So when
Okay.
you are finished watching TV.
Okay.
Excellent. Anybody else?
Yes, I wrote, if you have a mess, please clean it up because I don't put up with messy roommates.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good, Rocio. Okay, somebody else? Elu, did I hear yours? Do you want to share with us yours? Not really?
No.
Okay, okay, maybe next time, Okay, somebody else? I heard Veros, Saulos, Laura's, Rocio's. Elu doesn't want to share with us. But what you see, Ari and Xochitl.
In my case, could be about the garbage. We have to schedule to take out the garbage.
Okay, schedule when to take out the garbage.
When, okay.
Perfect.
Teacher,
Yes.
I was talking with Yutzil and I told her I live in a, I don't know how do you say fraccionamiento? It's like a condo, but it's not a condo.
In English, it's the same. It's either a condo or an apartment or a flat. But
It's a group of houses, but in a private street. It's not
neighborhood,
a condo.
a private neighborhood.
Yes.
Private neighborhood.
Yes. So we have a rule to control the access and to stay safe in the street. When you get in the street, you need to lock. What is lock? Lock down or lock the? No, lock.
Lock. The second.
Lock.
Lock.
Like.
Lock up the door.
Yes. Yes. The door, because the door is belongs
for the access of the street.
The main entrance.
Ah, this is not the door.
Lock the door up.
No, it's the gate.
Yeah, gate. It's the gate.
But it's not
Exactly.
locked.
Oh, lock.
No?
The gate.
Close?
No, because we also
like
not just close, we lock.
Lock.
Yes.
Right. Then you can say lock the gate.
Up.
Lock the gate.
Yes. When you after getting you need to lock the gate up. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. Thank you, Elu. Thank you. All right. Everybody finished? Yeah, nobody else?
No.
No, all right. Thank you very much, guys. How was the class?
Good.
Excellent. Do you have any questions?
No.
No.
All right. So the homework, if you're not finished with the homework, you can go to the platform, Unit 7, Lesson A. And if you finished it, well, then you have no homework for tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great night. Enjoy your dinner. And I'll see you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you,
See you
teacher.
tomorrow.
Hey, guys.
Please,
Thank you.
please save up a pambazo for me.
I will-
Yes, of course.
Sure.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Have a night.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night. Everyone.
Bye-bye.